Hello and welcome to the Rose Garden. Welcome, Rosebuds. If this is your first time visiting this channel, my name is Kimberly Ann. I create content for this channel for women, particularly black and brown, but my content can be for everybody. And I basically talk about my stories of healing through different relationships, dealing with different challenges and stuff. And I'm also creating this content as I go along in life and go through my journey. Some of this stuff I've already healed from. Some of the stuff I'm actually dealing with right now. Like right now, I'm going through more of the ascension piece and the transitioning from the old life to the new life. So I'm talking about all of that in the lessons, all the above. I have 3 daughters, 4 nieces. I want to leave stuff for them that if when they get to this part of their life where they're going through different relationships that may be challenging, even with their parents, me as a parent, at work, whatever, they can always come to these videos and be like, my auntie left us some gems. Okay, and then I also, if you look in the description box below, I have an online community called the Rose Garden University. There are a plethora of courses in the Rose Garden University that you can go through, and it'll also help you start start for you to heal. It'll start helping you heal. As well as I have a digital as well as paperback book slash workbook journal, and this is self-healing workbook journal called Reclaim Your Crown, available on Amazon.com. Links are in the description box below. I do offer coaching, but I use the art of astrology to help you figure out what your path is, how to unblock it, what lessons you were supposed to learn this lifetime, and how you can achieve your best self. All through with life coaching with your natal chart involved. So I am literally looking at your life's contract between you and God slash universe. Okay, spiel is out the way. In today's episode on the Rose Garden, we are going to be talking about being the profitable failure. Being the profitable failure. I'm going to tell y'all something. I just started to try and film this video not too long ago, and I tried to talk about my self-help slash workbook journal, the Rose Garden University. This is the actual book, nice and thin. This will help you start to uncover your hidden challenges and things that you couldn't break from. And then the video stopped at the time it's about at right now. I had to clear my memory, okay, on my phone. And I heard a little voice that say, that's not what you're supposed to talk about today. You just coined a new term today, and that's what you need to talk about. Because there are other people going through it too. And I coined that term because I realized after talking to my dad earlier this week, I am in the process of moving to a new home. I was just recently approved, and when I tell you I've been on cloud nine, I was on cloud nine beforehand, but now I'm really on cloud nine. Like, and in my mind, I'm like, this is really happening. I'm really finally blooming into the woman that I've kind of always seen myself becoming. And now I'm getting the house. I have a career. I have you guys here on the Rose Garden. I published my first book online. Is even though it's like a cute little workbook, it's still my first book. I've always wanted to publish a book, and I showed a couple of my coworkers the Reclaim Your Crown workbook, and they freaking loved it. I did a live a couple days ago and sold a couple copies. And I'm over the moon right now. Because this was on my first dream board almost 15 years ago. This was on my first dream board. Okay. Back to the topic at hand. As I'm going through all of this goodness, and my mentor said, it will be the people closest to you that's going to give you the most resistance, and you will find that out very soon. And boy, did I. For the last 5 years, I have rented from my parents a place to stay. And we not talking about like $500. No, a little over $1,000 a month to rent from my parents. I'm not mad about that because I mean, even if they weren't here, I'd still be renting. Okay, um, I'm not mad about any of that, and it's come with the perks. Grandparents is here close enough; they can go pick the kids up. You know what I'm saying? My kids and I have a good system, so we have a good way of how we function and work. I would just need people to like pick my kids up. That's it. When I have to go to work or go to school. And that's where my parents filled in at. So now I'm going through this transition, and it's so funny as I ascend more and more. There's like more challenges and things happening with my parents, health wise, them financial wise, realizing they kind of made, decisions that not no 70 and 60-year-old couple should really be dealing with right now. Like you were too old when you started. Okay. Um, so I told my mom, which my mom did say, hey, I wish you guys would move so I have somewhere to come visit. And I assumed that was a blessing in her letting me know energetically, hey, babe, go fly, right? So now I'm flying. I'm just soaring. The nest isn't ready yet, so I can't land just yet. But I'm soaring, okay? I'm in the sky, high as can be. Wings is, And I might actually be in one tree still, technically. But I see the tree I'm going to is like almost prepared, okay? So I say, hey, I got approved for a house. And I showed my mom the house beforehand. My mom did get diagnosed with beginning stage bone cancer. She is also going into surgery because she has end stage carpal tunnel. The crazy part is I did a natal chart read on my mom a year and a half ago. And I warned her about this perfection year because I said, you're going to have major transits hitting your sixth house really soon. If you do not change the way you eat and you drink and diet, that heart attack that you had on your last perfection year in this house ain't gonna be nothing compared to what's coming. I warned her. I tried to get her to start drinking soursop tea a year and a half ago. Tried to get her to stop eating red meat a year and a half ago. Tried to stop her from drinking Coke a year and a half ago. I even went as far to show her a video of a kidney. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. So, my dad originally was happy. But I guess later that night, him and my mom went home and they talked. And my mom voiced her concerns. And my dad called me back the next day. He's like, I just want to throw something at you, you know what I'm saying? Is you renting or is you buying? First of all, regardless if I'm renting or I'm buying, I got approved for a full-fledged home that I have not asked you all to help pay for. That's my daughter is going out on her own. Like, why aren't you happy about this? Why aren't you happy about this? So, in the midst of our conversation, I don't want to dig too deep in that because I did just do a live on this topic. My dad says to me, so, you left with your ex-husband and you came home and you lived in our attic for a little bit, which I did pay rent. My mom started charging me rent to live in the attic. And then they had a wider space one of the other homes had opened up. I went over to the other home. So my dad says, and then we put you over in 120 and you messed around and got pregnant, and then we turned around and we put you in the spot that you is now. I could have so and so come up there and finish the attic and redo the bathroom and redo the kitchen. And those were all promises that he actually had made to me about 5 years ago that never happened. I bought a new sink and everything, and it didn't happen. I bought the toilet that's up here. It didn't happen. I bought the kitchen sink that's in here now. That's as far as the remodeling went. The pieces I bought is what got put in. So he goes on to say, yeah, we moved you in that spot. You're over there, and I just want to say, if you move and anything go down, we just might not be in a position to help you. And I said, okay, Dad, that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. And then, he goes to say something else because I just was like, okay, I stayed calm through the whole thing. And he goes to talk about your mom was there for you, your mom this, your mom that. And, she hurt. And, you wasn't there for the last time she went down, which I was because I'm the one who ran the shop and made sure her customers got the clothes that they needed. But I also still had to go work my own job because at the end of all of the health crisis, you guys still want your rent, even though I was there when he was in a nursing home and she was sick. So it's okay though. Like, it is what it is. Like, I know that's the old timeline, and they were only reflecting back to me my inappropriate boundaries 11/22 as I said that. So after that conversation was done, I kind of thought over it, and I said, normal parents would be very happy that their child is deciding to spread their wings and fly with their children in hand. There's a lot of women I know who's like, my daughter and her kids ain't left yet. But because I was paying over $1,000 in rent to my parents, I do understand that they're losing a tenant. I am a tenant. Like I remember a few months ago, Spirit was like, please stop treating your parents like your parents. They are your landlords. They're your landlords. There's a lot of things going on. We had a pest problem up here, and we still to this day don't know where it come from because my kids and I are so clean. We didn't know where they came from. They've gone now because I went ham on them niggas. Do you understand me? Ham. Period. My dad could not come up here and spray the house. He hasn't sprayed usually my dad would spray like once a year, and he has not sprayed in over 5 years. So, and I even said to my mom a year ago, I said, we need to spray before like anything try to come up in here. Nothing happened. So I did it because I can't live like that. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So then, I was like, I think my dad is speaking from expecting me to fail. Like, it hit me. Like, I truly think my parents expect for me to fail. I'm a profitable failure. It was that I really need you to pay for this, but mask it in, oh, I'm doing you a favor by letting you rent from me. And I kind of got that from the whole conversation, because it's like, why wouldn't you be okay with this? Why would you want me to? And then it's so funny, like my dad's like, and your mom did this and she did that for you, and so if she's been doing too much for me and I'm now trying to go off on my own so that she doesn't have to do all that anymore, why is it now a problem that I'm leaving? And the only logical answer I kept coming up with, 1414, was that you are a profitable failure. Yes, I have failed in life a couple times. I have 3 kids from it. I had a failed marriage, 2 other failed relationships. I had a failed career, which really wasn't a failure to me. My dad looks at it that way because I was supposed to be on season 9 Project Runway, I got a yes, but because I was pregnant with my oldest child and her due date was in the middle of taping, I could not take my spot on the show. So in my dad's eyes, I failed at life. But he isn't coming out directly to say that. In my eyes, I feel like this is the life that I've chosen. I was supposed to learn lessons in all of those losses, and I did, because learning the lesson within those losses have taught me how to win and ensure that I don't get put in a position to lose ever again. But what I realized today, as I was realizing I am a profitable loss, or a profitable failure, I mean, my parents were part of that suppression that I got from all of those situations. All the times that I wanted to move out of Ohio and I didn't because of my mom or my dad being worried about them. And I put my desires on the back burner to be there for them, and I could see they were struggling. You know, they robbing Peter to pay Paul, as they always like to say. I don't say that saying. I'm not robbing nobody to pay nothing. I'm going to talk to the universe to pay all my bills. And that's what's been working for me. So, we're 16 minutes in. I haven't got to the message, y'all. I gave you my story. Like I said, I teach through my story. For anyone out there that feels like a profitable failure, I want you to understand that was your life's journey, okay? It is your life's journey to be a profitable failure. Now, keyword profitable, you are still wealthy. You are still abundant. You make money. You know how to make money. And I'm going to be real, this type of pattern really applies to like the hood for real. There where you got the gangsters who know how to make money illegally. They keep money, but they fail at life, you know. They had parents that failed them. They failed school. A lot of them are dropouts. Some of them end up in jail, come back out, go right back to the streets because that's all they knew. And I felt that, and it kind of like has brought into perspective why I ended up working in corrections. How come I ended up with one of Cleveland's most infamous gangsters, like, who really is like the biggest fucking baby you guys will ever know. You get what I'm saying? So it made me realize why I had this path, why I chose this path. I was put here to see this vicious cycle that kept going and to break it and to say, stop. No, I'm not going, even though I failed at XYZ 123, I've learned my lessons from those failures. And now I get to move forward and apply them to life and win for once in my life. You get what I'm saying? And that is just the caveat for my whole situation, my whole life, and how things have gone for me. I have overcome so much. I've been so resilient in so many areas of my life. It's not funny. And this was one of the final things I had to overcome, was how do you leave from up under what seemed to be like safety, what seemed to be the easiest, but was hindering you from going down the path that you came down here to fulfill. And when everybody passed, that's what God's going to look at. Did you fulfill the path that you and I agreed on before you came to this earth? Did you walk your path? And my brother said that, T, walk your path. So if you feel like you failed at life, you have not failed. You've actually succeeded at something. You've succeeded at failing, so then now you can start accomplishing the wins. I've accomplished so many wins just over the last couple months. This last week alone was an amazing win. I refuse to be guilt tripped into continuing to be the profitable failure. Like, you say that I do, and it's so funny. Like, my dad hasn't dawned on him that every time I've gotten pregnant, it's after I've come back home. I never got pregnant when I was gone. I didn't get pregnant off in college when I was at Ursuline. I didn't get pregnant when I lived in Lakewood. I didn't get pregnant when I left with my ex-husband. Like, we did not have another baby. We didn't. We had Alyssa and that was it. It was when I came back home that I got pregnant. Even with my ex-husband, we were here in Cleveland and got pregnant under the same roof, my childhood home. So it's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. And for many of you, it may be time for you to go and you know it and you feel it. Don't ignore that feeling. Go. If your body and your soul is telling you go, the space you're in is starting to reject you. Anyone who's spiritual know exactly what I'm talking about. When a space starts to reject you, it literally starts bringing out all types of shit going on. Okay? It still protects you though, because the space loves you, but it be a lot going on. Like, we was losing power left and right, like, and it was things out of our control. Out of our control. We now have a beehive living over our door, and it's only one way in and one way out where I stay. There is no second entrance or exit. So walk your path. Excuse me, you guys, I'm so sorry. Walk your path. Be fearless. You may have failed in the past, but you are not a failure now. Remember that. You may have failed in the past. As long as you learned your lesson, you are not a failure now. Spirit's telling me to pull a card. I haven't done this on a video in so long. Oh my God. I haven't done this in so long. I'm hearing like pull a card. I'm going to pull one card for this message. The profitable failure. You are you may have family members that point out your past and say, oh well, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right. But as you try to separate yourself from them, well, why are you leaving? Well, I thought you said I did so much wrong. Why do I need to stay here? It must be an inconvenience to you. Well, no, you know, I need you to, you didn't help here, you didn't help there, you know. And don't let that manipulation get you. Keep walking the path that you've chosen, okay? Keep walking the path that you've chosen. Don't let them stop you from living your life and walking your path. Ace of Wands. If that don't say new path, now I'm going to tell y'all something. My North Node is in Aries. It's a fire sign. It's the first sign of all the zodiacs. It is the youngest sign of all the zodiacs. It is the initiator of paths. New project, new paths, new opportunities. Walk your path and go forward into the new. Don't let anyone's perception of your past, anyone's fear of, don't let them project their fear onto you. Okay? A lot of times when your family members are coming to you like, well, you messed up this time and you don't want to do that, and a lot of them usually are projecting their own fears onto you. A lot of times everything they're saying has absolutely nothing to do with you. Don't react. Don't hate them. Love them. Release them with love. I released my parents with love. I thanked them for fulfilling the contract that we signed for them to be my parents in this lifetime. And I told them, you guys have done exceedingly and abundantly more than I even asked and agreed for us to do. But thank you so much for all that you've taught me this lifetime. You've taught me so much. You've given me so much. You've sacrificed so much. I'm so grateful. But now it's time to go. Pass the baton to yourself energetically. It looks like someone's passing the baton. Give yourself grace to walk your new path. And don't stop. Don't stop. Don't look back. I can't tell y'all how many people said to me this week, don't go back. Don't look back. love your parents. Be there for them when they need you in the capacity in which you can feel. Don't let them push you into doing more than you can do. Okay? And allow them and move forward and allow them to take the time to heal. And like I said in a previous video, I can't wait for my parents to see my kids and I in 6 months, really by Thanksgiving, and see how happy we will be in our new space. I can't tell you how many times I had a vision. I had dreams since I saw that house last week of how my kids and I are going to flow into this space and function into this space and be able to just be creative and just have so much fun. And I can't wait for them to see it, because then they will understand why. They will understand why. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Wands. The courage to move on. You've endured a lot. You've endured a lot. You deserve a new path. Another fire card. You deserve a new path. This is the eldest fire sign in the book. The eldest fire sign in the book. They're the finisher. Hangman. Change the perspective. Do not take on people's perception of you as a reflection of who you are and what your life is and what your life will be. Notice this is Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces. I am a Pisces. Change the perspective. Recognize when it's a reflection of someone's inner world versus your true reality. Okay? And transform. Let what needs to end, let it end. It's okay. Let what need to wash away, wash away. Because when it's all said and done, as the good book says, whatever is for you, who can go against you? Who can take it away? Nobody. Nobody. Many of you are going to have many opportunities soon. Many opportunities soon. Well, welcome to the Rose Garden once again. Hit subscribe, hit like. Don't forget to check my offerings down in the description box below. This is your girl, Kimberly Ann. I thank you so much for tuning in. Didn't mean for this to turn into a tarot card read, but it did. It did. I felt called to do it. And baby, the cards don't lie. The cards don't lie. You hear me? The cards, they don't lie. They not lying. They not. So, I'll see you guys next time.